Doom 2016 was probably one of the best games of the decade in my opinion. It just did so many things the right way, and I cannot help to feel excited on how Doom Eternal is taking the things that made Doom 2016 one of the best FPS gaming experiences ever and expanding and enhancing on that. In today's video we're going to be talking about the amount of depth and insane customization Doom Eternal is going to have for all types of players, the skins that you are going to be able to use in the game, and just talk about how far its software went with the lore of the game. Because if you didn't know, there's lore behind the skins you are going to use in Doom Eternal, and there's also an explanation on why the Doomslayer is able to change his appearance within the game. I think id is the only game dev until now that has given an explanation on why its character can change appearance inside the game and make it canon. If you enjoyed the video, and please consider subscribing, as it is my goal to reach 100k subscribers before Doom Eternal comes out. Let's get this video to 5,000 likes, and thank you all so much for the support. Enjoy. So for this video I am going to take a little bit of text from the art book. Wait, it doesn't reveal anything from the events of the game, and the lore it talks about is only from the skins. It doesn't reveal anything important, but if you do not want to see it or hear it, jump to this timestamp on screen. Let's continue. Within the hub of the Doomslayer's chamber, Vega monitors quantum aberrations with great interest. As the forces of Hell and Urdak collide with the mortal realm, the tenuous order of reality begins to fragment, signaling the dawn of a new age of chaos. A dedicated portion of Vega's simulation matrix observes, records, and analyzes these dimensional abnormalities as Vega attempts to comprehend their meaning. Processing a veritable kaleidoscope of hyperfluxual phenomena, Vega observes what may very well be the result of a multiverse imploding inward upon itself, where countless battles are fought between the Doomslayer and demonkind. To further explore this anomaly, Vega designs an onboard omnicontextual interface, an interdimensional man-machine gateway that would allow the Slayer to engage in these skirmishes directly. As the Slayer enters the gateway, his surroundings take the form of an arena, in tandem with the arrival of adversaries ready for battle, seemingly extracted from his own experimental data. The opponents the Slayer faces are familiar but now transformed by some unseen force. So up to this point, it has revealed that the Doomslayer is going to fight against both the forces of Hell and Urdak. It was said in the lore of Doom Eternal that the sixth seal forbids any creature, being from Urdak or Hell, to enter the mortal realm. And there must be a reason for that. That reason being that everything can go to hell if both the dimensions of Hell and Urdak interact with the mortal realm. Because of the events that are unfolding in Doom Eternal, reality itself is beginning to splinter and fragment because of that. Vega himself analyzes this dimensional aberrance, and to further explore their meaning, Vega creates an interdimensional man-machine gateway for the Doomslayer, one where the Slayer himself will be able to interact with events happening in an alternate universe. In theory. This yet again sounds like if it was taken from the lore of Warhammer 40k, and I absolutely love it. This could also be talking about the Repertorium, the Doomslayer's own demon prison, and while I think it is somehow related, I think that this is something else entirely. Anyways, because of this, we now know that in the universe of Doom, there's a multiverse, and this is not the first time that Doom or the Doom community has talked about alternate universes. The lore of the Doomslayer himself talks about how the Slayer was a warrior that fought hell across dimensions and time. And also, when the Marauder was revealed, everyone thought that the Marauder was a corrupted Doomslayer from an alternate universe. So we are already kinda familiar with this topic in hand. Now, let's talk about player customization. Player customization. In its analysis of this aberration, Vega observes ephemeral distortions within the fabric of reality, scrambled reflections of the physical world. As the Slayer interacts with this anomaly, a peculiar ripple in the anomaly's composition emerges, seemingly reacting to the Slayer's presence reflexively. The anomaly reshapes itself, calibrating itself to the Slayer, responding to his memory, ancestral and memetic data, before ultimately projecting itself onto the Slayer himself. So this just went to new levels of deep in my opinion. For those who didn't understand, what I got is that when the Slayer interacts with this anomaly, the anomaly being the distortion itself of reality, the anomaly assimilates with the Doomslayer, like if it already knew his presence, and then this anomaly reshapes itself to the Slayer, and reflects what's within it into the Slayer himself. What I got by this is that inside this anomaly, and depending who interacts with it, there's an infinite amount of versions of said individual, versions from multiple timelines, dimensions, universes, etc. And when this individual interacts with this anomaly, the anomaly will reflect onto the individual a version of him from an alternate timeline. Not in flesh and bone, it will just project it, like if it was a skin. So if all of this is true, then there's a timeline where the Doomslayer becomes a zombie. There's a timeline where the Doomslayer is from Urdak, and there's a timeline where the Doomslayer is from Hell, and many more. Yet again, this is not the first time Doom has touched this subject. If the Doomslayer is actually Doomguy from Doom 1993, then the Slayer himself has been in multiple universes throughout his life. And that's why, just like the game has said, the Slayer is trying to prevent history from repeating itself. In my opinion, this adds yet another layer of depth and complexity to the lore of Doom Eternal, and I like it a lot. Give it to me. I cannot wait to explore this newly established Doom universe. Now, let's talk about the insane level of customization the game is going to have. Now, this is something really cool. Doom Eternal's UI is going to be 100% customizable. You have the power to remove everything that pops on your screen, and if you do not want to remove it, but do not want to get distracted by some UI elements, you can change the opacity of the UI as well, making it transparent to your liking. The UI was one of the biggest criticisms Doom Eternal had, and I'm really happy with what they are offering here. Now with some video customization options. This stuff right here is what you would expect on a PC title, but no. This is all on a console, and I'm really happy to see that it is supplying this kind of options on a console game, whereas other games cannot even supply a field of view slider. You can change the chromatic aberration, HDR calibration, adjust the film grain, you can change the scale of the HUD, make it smaller or bigger to your liking, the brightness of the game, the contrast of the colors, etc. The experience is highly customizable and you can adjust the game to your liking to have an even better experience. Now, this other thing actually brings manly tears of joy into my eyes. Id Software wants to make sure that absolutely anyone and everyone can play the game and experience the epic journey of the Doomslayer in Doom Eternal. So they have added multiple customization options for people with disabilities. The game offers colorblind mode for people that are colorblind, and the controller is fully customizable as well. If you want to run with the left bumper, you can run with the left bumper. If you want to shoot moving the analog stick, you can do it too. The controller is fully mappable, just like in PC, and I just cannot stop myself for giving huge props to id Software. All console games should have this type of options. It should be the norm, and I'm hoping id Software normalizes this type of approach when doing games for other gaming companies. And so, okay Spartans, that's all the time I had for today's video. Please let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section, leave a like if you did, and a dislike if you disliked it. Thanks to all of my patrons who made this video possible, and links to all of my social accounts are going to be down below. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram because I'm going to be posting what I'm going to do on Boston on the Doom Eternal event, so I hope to see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Adios.